One love, God bless. Fire Nelson here, and I'm here to talk to you about trusting the process. So lots of times in life, we have to trust the process. We have to realize that everything is working out for our greater good and stop trying to focus so much on the negatives or the things that we feel like we can't change in this moment. See, when we trust the process, we basically give an opening for the Most High to work through us instead of trying to do the work all ourselves. Sometimes we need this extra help to stay focused and stay aligned so that we can see and be able to accept the blessing that comes. Because if we're only focusing on the negatives, then it's hard for us to really appreciate the blessings when it comes, and therefore us not being grateful, less blessings come to us. And then we need to realize that trusting in the process doesn't mean giving up or just completely surrendering to nothing. No, it means surrendering to the universe, to the flow of divine order. When you trust in the process, you take yourself so much out of it and realize that something good is going to happen from this. You put in your 2 cents and then you go ahead and go about your life. This is trusting the process. You do the work you can do right then and there, but don't overexert yourself. Don't overstress yourself out. Don't make yourself feel like you have to get it all done there, that everything has to be solved right then and there. Sometimes you have to just realize that right now maybe isn't the time to have this all figured out. Maybe we're not ready for this blessing to manifest right here. But as long as we know that it's coming, now as long as we know that the blessing is going to arrive, then it is already done. It is already manifested. It's already a reality. It just hasn't came to our awareness yet. You know, our surroundings are working its way to show that blessing has already come, but we have to be patient with it. We have to realize that as long as we hold patience and we hold this thought, this belief, this divine truth of yours in your head, then it will manifest into reality. So don't give up on your dreams, or don't give up on this goal, or don't give up on, being happy or having a happy family or happy kids or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. A healed life in general, healed life for others, because we can manifest for others and, pray for others as well. But don't give up on these prayers and these manifestations. Just keep believing in them. Keep pushing that vibration that is already done. As Jesus said, if you believe it, then it is done. It is done so as you believe. So it's up to us to make these things into reality. It's up for us to hold the truths in our head, regardless of the frontal situations that are going on. Because we know what the divine truth is. We know what the divine righteousness is. We know that everything is working for our greater good. So we have to trust the process. Sorry about my dogs crunching, eating in the back, but they're trusting the process, They're taking time away from my video so that they can eat. And they just trust that I'm going to feed them. They just trust that I'm going to bathe them when they need baths, take them to the vet when they're sick. They trust that I'm going to walk them every day, This is how we have to look at life. We have to look at life like 9 out of 10 of us aren't going to just sit there and neglect our animals. So why would the Most High neglect his divine, children? We're not even animals. We're divine children. We know what the animals are. Yes, we're connected to the animals too, but we know what the animals are. We know the difference between the animals and us. We are literally the Most High's children. So why would the Most High neglect us? If we don't even neglect our animals, tell me, why would the Most High neglect their own children? They wouldn't. The Most High is always going to take care of us. If the animals are being taken care of, not only in the wild, but by us, we take care of animals as well. And the Most High has set that up so these animals can get taken care of. Then guess what? We are set up to be taken care of as well. But only the Maya, the illusion that Babylon tries to show us, that the society tries to show us, that the internet tries to show us, this illusion that we, for some reason, have to control everything and have to, make sure that we're right and make sure that they know that they're wrong and make sure that if that person isn't getting closer to that goal, then they're probably a failure and they should just give up. And if we aren't getting closer to this dream, then we should just give up because, you're, not smart enough or not pretty enough or not tall enough or not strong enough or, not young enough or old enough. We have to stop putting these limitations on ourselves because they only cause blockages for blessings to flow. We have to trust the process. We have to trust that the Most High, the divine source, Yahweh, Jah, whatever you want to call, God, the Most High is always taking care of us, not leaving us just out here to be stranded and neglected and, having negative experiences every single day. If we're having negative experiences, it's something that's calling us to learn, something that's going wrong in our life or in our psyche that's making us have these negative experiences, and we need to shift, something within our lives, within our mindset, within our spirit. So we have to trust the process. We have to stop trying to resist so much. Just put your 2 cents in, put your 2 steps in, put your, whatever you can in, your $2 in. Put whatever you can towards your mission, towards your dreams, towards your conversations, towards your, whatever it is. Do the work that you can do for that day and be satisfied with that. And know that as long as you're being consistent, then your dreams and manifestations will come into reality. Especially if you're being righteous in your walkings, in your speakings, in your doings, then of course you're going to be blessed tenfold. We have to realize that when we're walking in our divine path and we're not stepping out of that, doing things that we shouldn't be doing out of lack, greed, and all these other negative emotions, when we're walking in our divine path and not walking in that negative path, then we're able to accept and feel the actual gratitude for the blessings that come. We're able to realize that life is a blessing, and so life blesses us more. The more you stay in gratitude throughout life, the more you see that it is so abundant, so blessed, that it doesn't matter if you have, $5 in your bank account, you always are going to find a blessing. You always are going to find a way because you're holding that faith in your head. You're holding that serenity in your head. There's a true unity within us, but we have lost touch with it for some reason. I don't know where exactly we got disconnected, but for some reason we think we're so separate from the source. We think we're so separate from each other. I even struggle with this still, trying to bridge a gap between time to myself, time towards my dreams, time towards making money, time towards friends, time towards family. And this is what society has done. It has made us disconnected so that we're so distracted that we can't have time to sit and think and have these conversations here. But luckily, we've been given a platform where even while we're doing these distracting things, we can still listen and catch this information, this wisdom, this knowledge from the divine source. So we have to realize that life is for us, but for some reason we have just been unfortunately disconnected, a lot of us, from the main source of knowledge and wisdom that we hold, that we think that we're so disconnected and that everybody isn't just trying to do the same thing, which deep down in people's hearts and spirits, if they really were in touch with their spirit, we'd all be on the same mission, which is trying to, live a just serene, peaceful life, live a humble life, and just, have our own fresh foods and vegetables and fruits and teas and good cloth, good clothes to wear, not designer clothes. I mean, just real soft clothes. And this is the things we care about. We want to care about making sure this person wasn't as rich as you, or that this stock is going up and down. We wouldn't care about these things if we realize that we're all connected in one. And if someone needed help, we just help them out, and vice versa. We wouldn't need money. We wouldn't need all this war and, greed and lack. But somehow we just got stuck in this loop, and we have to wake ourselves up one person at a time. I wish it would be a bigger way to wake up everybody just at once, like a solar flare to just, hit us and everybody's just awakened. But unfortunately, it takes us doing effort and making those little 2 cents, those 2 steps, those little bits of efforts towards our dreams, so other people can see, and so you can share the wisdom from obtaining your dreams and obtaining the knowledge that comes with obtaining these dreams. And you can inspire others to do the same. Realize that you don't have to be malicious and greedy to be wealthy, or you don't have to be cutthroat and, demonic to make your dreams come true. You can be righteous and live the fine line of a holy person and still be able to make your dreams come true. Still be able to live a happy life, still be able to headbang on some reggae and, whatever you want to do. It's just that we have to come out the mindset of thinking that we are in this world just by ourselves and we're just hoping stuff works out. No, we have to trust the process. Trust that if we are living in a way that grants peace and happiness, then why wouldn't peace and happiness come back to us? If we're living in an evil way, of course we will be looking over our shoulder and thinking that this world is probably out to get us and don't know if the next day is granted. Yeah, because we're living in an evil way. We're living in ways of just, instant gratification and hating this person and violence. We don't need to live in this way of greed. People can't tip anybody. People can't give to the homeless. People won't do anything, it seems. So we can't live in this evil way because it keeps us stuck. It keeps us seeing fake gratification. It keeps us seeing blessings that come with severe negative attachments, side effects. When you get blessed for evil things, it's not a blessing. It's really a curse, because you get something, but the alternative that you also get is even worse than what you get. So you get something, and then within, 10 minutes, 10 days, 10 years, you regret everything that you got from that thing. So we have to realize when we walk in these evil ways, someone always comes collect. I don't like to say Satan or whatever. I always say that it's just more of a universal karma like loop. But something comes and collects for these evil people. You see what happens to, these big industry people that's going on right now. I don't indulge in it. I haven't listened to a single thing of this stuff because I keep my vibrations high. I keep my energy, my environment high. I don't want to fall into this distractions. I already know these people aren't people to be idolized. I already know these people, do things that I don't think is righteous at all. I can hear it in what they say and what they release to the public. So we have to realize that we need to trust the process. And when it's coming to trust the process, it's because we're living in a righteous way. So we have to trust that righteous things are going to come to us. But don't trust the process if you're living in an evil way. If you're living in an evil way, I don't want you even thinking of trusting anything except for in the Most High and repenting and switching your lifestyle right now. But I hope that everybody's watching this is at least trying to live in a righteous way. And if you know somebody who isn't, please share this video with them, because we need to get everybody on this type of vibration, this type of lifestyle, this liberty of being righteous, is living the type of life that you would want others to live towards you, that you would want to give out the energy that you want to receive. So we want to show that it's actual possibility, and we don't have to live in these cutthroat type of ways that they're trying to portray to us. It takes each and every single individual to change the world. Like I said, I wish there was a big solar flare or something that, awakens everybody. But unfortunately and fortunately, we are able to do the work ourselves and affect people one person at a time. But a lot of people that aren't trusting the process are these evil people living in lack and fear, living in chaos, because they don't have anybody to trust in. When you feel like you're all alone, because that's what the world tells you, then of course you're not trusting in anything except for yourself. And it's okay to trust in yourself, but we can't trust only in ourselves, because lots of us don't even know ourselves. Lots of us can't even really determine what exactly we stand for, what we believe in, and we think we have to label everything if we do stand for and believe in things. But life isn't so cutthroat and simple like this that they try to make it. It's not so black and white and, all these labels that they try to portray on all these things. We didn't come out the womb with labels. We didn't come out the womb with our names. We didn't come out the womb with any of these things. We came out the womb as a spiritual being. And then they put all these labels and all these limitations in our head, told us the rules, the laws of man, not the laws of the Most High. They told us the laws of man. And then they, brought us into school so we can be, brainwashed into how a regular civilian acts and thinks. And then, we go from there. But when we get out of this mindset of just robot thinking, thinking as the masses, as the sheep, we realize that there's so much beauty in trusting in a divine source. And you can do all the research you want, but it's going to bring you to the same thing. It's going to bring you to the Most High. It's going to bring you to finding out that there is space between our atoms, and they can't even, truly define what that space is other than spirit, other than what we actually are. It's on a scientific level. Our DNA code even spells Yahweh, which is one of the original names for God, other than Elohim. So we have to realize that there's lots of signs of there's a divine source that created all of us. There's lots of evidence and signs of this, but there's just as much evidence and videos and articles of people trying to disclaim these things. And this is what, society does. They put out so much knowledge that you can get whatever you want. It's it's the Garden of Eden, where Eve eats the apple and Adam eats the apple, and they both have all this knowledge, but they're They're confused. They don't even respect themselves anymore. They don't even, they want to put on clothes. They want to put on these covers. They want to hide from the Most High. They think of themselves as even better than Him or them. Because I don't feel like the Most High is any gender. Because like I said, these labels aren't real things. These labels are made up things. We just are what we are. But this is what society does. It puts out so much knowledge so that you don't trust in yourself. You trust in a computer. You trust in a robot to tell you what you want to hear. Because what you're looking up, you say, is so-and-so bad? Is so-and-so good? It's going to both come up with answers to that are commenting, that are, it's going to come up with answers that are, of course, talking about why that thing is good or bad. It's going to, of course, show you things that you are looking for, because there's so much information out there. If you search it, it will show you. Seek and you will find, This is what it really is. So why not seek, the divine? Why not believe? What is it really going to hurt for you to live holy and live a righteous way? Of course, you don't have to go stoning people for sins and stuff like this, but Jesus didn't do that either. See, lots of people get confused with the word and get confused with knowledge because, like I said, there's so much knowledge out there. But if we want to learn from elders, learn from elders. You don't have to learn from the words of Jesus and the words of the Most High, but you can learn from elders. There's tons of elders out there that you can learn from that have great wisdom. But we have to realize that if we're looking for bad, we're going to find bad. If we're looking for good, we're going to find good. So if you don't trust the process and you're not trusting in the greater good, then you're going to see what you see. You're going to get what you get. And a lot of that might be negative, unfortunately. But it's never too late to switch your mindset to a trusting and a more believing process. It's not about you going to church. It's not about you, needing to even pray and all these things. Just start with trusting in that there's a divine spirit, a divine source, that the universe is looking out for your greater good. And I'm telling you, your life will start to change, and you'll see that the universe unfolds in that way. I'm just saying that the more research you do, it brings you back to, the holy words, the holy book. This is from my experience that when you do deep research, it brings you back to this. It brings you back to, times of ancient times of Egypt, and times of the Bible. So we have to trust that there is a source connecting us all, that's working for our greater good, and that wants the best for us. But we just have to not give up and just continue to trust the process. Lots of times when we give up, the blessing is right there. It's literally right around the corner. Like, people hate that. But right when you give up, 9 times out of 10, that blessing was just about to come. All it took was that 2 more steps, that's 2 more cents, and you would have had it. But it's just holding that patience. That's the number one lesson I've learned throughout my spiritual journey, is patience is the most wealthy thing you can have. True wealth is having patience, honestly. And as long as you have patience, you're able to not only hold your belief, but able to hold out for the blessings to come. So don't give up right before your blessings come. Don't make that mistake. Stay true to yourself. Hold faith. Know that the universe is working out for your greater good, and there's a divine source that is looking out for you. Whether it's whatever God or entity or anything you want to believe, just believe in the righteous way. You know what's wrong. We don't need to be out here stoning people. We don't need to be out here judging people. None of these things, none of these negative things. We must just live righteous, love one another as much as we can, be patient, forgiving, and honest with each other, and keep pushing this positivity and trusting that all your dreams, all your best life is unfolding as we speak. Just trust the process and have that patience and that faith. So one love. Hope you got something out of this video and really are able to use these words so that you can trust that your life really is a blessing. It's not, if you're here, and especially if you're watching this right now, it's for a reason. It's so that you can realize that your life really is a blessing. You can really change the world if you wanted to, or you could just live a happy, serene life. But those are your options, like living your best life or changing the world, or both, or everything else in between that's positive. If you just live a righteous life and trust in the process and trust in that there's a divine source working for your greater good. So one love. Have a good rest of your day. If you haven't, please subscribe, like, share, comment. Appreciate everybody that's already been doing that. And yeah, ja.